Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Shri Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Srila Gaura Haridas Namo Namaste Prabhupada Deve Gauravan Charine Nirvisheshi Shanyavari Naradevatari Tarine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Srila Gaura Haridas Namo Namaste Prabhupada Deve Gauravan Charine Nirvisheshi Shanyavari Naradevatari Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama Hare Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Prabhu
Krishna
Namo
Hare
Namo
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Krishna
Oh,
Krishna
Malak
Krishna
Malak
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare Ram
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Ram Ram
Hari
Ram
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 Hare Rama Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama
Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Ram Hari Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hari
Ram
Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hare
Hari Ram
Krishna
Hari Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Ram Hari Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Rama, Hare
Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Jai
Krishna
Jai
Krishna Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram
Prabhu
Krishna,
Nityananda
Ram Ram Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Radha Radha Shri Radha
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Bol
Hare
Krishna,
Bol
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Ram
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Rama Hare
Ram
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Ram
Rama Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Rama
Ram Ram
Rama
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya
Krishna Rama Rama Hare Hare
Prabhu Nityananda
Krishna Krishna
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Chaitanya
Rama
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda
Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna
Prabhu
Krishna
Nityananda
Hare Hare
Shri
Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Shri
Krishna Hare Krishna
Adi Gora Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare.
Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna.
Rama, Hare
Prabhu
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Nityananda,
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna,
Nityananda.
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Rama
Prabhu
Rama
Nityananda,
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna,
Nityananda.
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, 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 Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Prabhu
Hare Hare, Hare
Nityananda.
Rama,
Shri Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya.
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Prabhu
Hare,
Hare
Nityananda.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Rama,
Jai Shri
Rama,
Gora
Hare
Hari
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Gora Hari
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Jai
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Prabhupada.
Rama, Rama,
Jai Shri
Rama, Hare
Prabhupada.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Jai
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Oh Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hari Hari
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare 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 Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Prabhu
Rama,
Nityananda
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Prabhu
Krishna, Hare
Nityananda
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Advaita
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Vivaha
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shiva
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hari Gaura
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Prabhu
Hari
Nityananda,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hari 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama
Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Prabhu Nityananda,
Hari
Shri
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Prabhu
Krishna Krishna
Nityananda,
Hari Hari Hari
Shri
Ram Hari
Krishna Chaitanya,
Ram
Prabhu
Hari Hari Hari
Nityananda,
Krishna
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda, Shri
Ram Ram
Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda,
Krishna
Shri
Hari Hari
Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu
Ram
Nityananda,
Krishna
Shri
Hari
Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna
Prabhu
Krishna
Nityananda,
Hari Ram
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Jesus
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Jesus
Hare Rama, Rama,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Shri Advaita
Hare
Gadadhar
Rama,
Shri
Rama Rama,
Vasadi Gaura
Hare Krishna,
Shri Jesus Srila
Hare Rama,
Prabhupada Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna,
Prabhu
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Nityananda Shri Advaita
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Shri Vasadi Gaura
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Jesus
Hare Rama,
Jesus
Rama Rama,
Jesus
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Jesus
Rama Rama,
Srila
Hare Krishna,
Prabhupada
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Shri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama,
Gadadhar
Hare
Shivasari
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Jesus
Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Chaitanya
Hare
Nityananda
Rama,
Shri
Rama,
Advaita Gadadhar
Hare Krishna,
Shivasari
Krishna
Gaura Bhaktavinda
Hare Rama,
Shri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Krishna,
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Jai
Rama,
Shri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Nityananda
Hare,
Shri Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare,
Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Rama,
Nityananda Nityananda
Krishna,
Jesus
Krishna,
Srila
Hare
Prabhupada
Hare,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Rama,
Nityananda
Krishna,
Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda
Rama,
Nityananda
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya
Rama,
Jai Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Rama, Rama,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Whoa!
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Radhe, Radhe Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha, Radhe, Radhe Madhava, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda. Radha Govinda, 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 Radha Govinda. Woo!
Krishna Krishna Rama
Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda,
Rama
Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha
Rama
Govinda,
Rama
Radha
Krishna Krishna
Ah, oh my God. Ah, ooh, Krishna. Oh my Lord. Oh, ah, Krishna. Oh my Lord. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga. Woo! Nityananda Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus. Srila Prabhupada Nityananda Gauranga. Oh, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Oh my Lord, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. 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 Oh! Ah! Woo! Nityananda. Oh, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Hare Rama Rama
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Radhe,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Shri Krishna
Ram
Chaitanya,
Ram Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare Hare Ram
Shri Krishna
Ram Ram
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Shri
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya
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 Chaitanya Jaya
Chaitanya Jaya
Nityananda
Nityananda
Jaya Sri
Jaya Sri
Advaita Chandra
Advaita Chandra
Jaya Bhakta Vrinda.
Isn't this name mystical? Isn't it magical? Isn't it uplifting? Isn't it purifying? Isn't it inspiring? Isn't it loving? Isn't it ecstatic? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it trippy? Isn't it stony? Isn't that intoxicating? Isn't it powerful? Isn't it transforming? Isn't it liberating?
And I'm going to keep listening.
Isn't it a buster of Maya? Doesn't it reveal the truth?
Isn't it shining?
Oh, we'll go back to our dear Rupa Goswami again and Vidagda Madhava. Lalita Madhava, actually. Yes. The beautiful moonlight glories of Mukunda. The introduction, I'm going to just a few verses, and then we'll go to chapter 1, I think, or something. The beautiful moonlight glories of Mukunda give distress to the lotus-like faces of the wives of the demons and their raised breasts, which are like gleaming chakavaka birds. Those glories, however, are pleasing to all his devotees, who are like chakora birds. May those glories forever give pleasure to you all. Let us offer our respectful obeisances to the dark cloud of Lord Krishna, which showers the goddesses of the 8 directions with the rain of sweetness, which eternally decorates the gopis with beautiful vine-grown leaves and flowers, and which embraces to its chest the peerless splendid moon of Sri Radha. Some weird noise.
What kind of noise? Indians are attacking.
I can't hear it. My Bluetooth. Get some
I don't know. Okay. Now it's everywhere. Oh, it's nothing to do
Knocking
with,
on heaven's door.
huh?
They are knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah, it's something to do with my refrigerator, I think. I'm just going to shut it off for now. I see that the light is blinking here. It might be out of propane or something.
Oh.
Can you run and get the treatment room?
That's
No, there's some in the treatment room.
okay.
I think so. Ask Martin to give me a little bit of scoop of him.
Where are we? Come on. Yeah. Scene 1. Well, we did scene 1 here. Okay. Scene 2. Purnamasi. They were Radha's moon-faced friend Lalita, Chandravali's beautiful friend Bhadra, who acts auspiciously, auspicious Saiba, and splendid and cheerful Shama. Gargi, how were these girls placed among the gopis? Purnamasi, swiftly and secretly I gave these 5 infant girls to Oh my Lord. Wow. What a family. What a wonderful family. My God. Jeez. Krishna. Swiftly and secretly, I gave these 5 infant girls to 5 gopis in different parts of Vrindavan. In a secret place, I happily gave virtuous Radha to Yashoda's nurse. In a secret place, I happily gave virtuous Radha to Yashoda's nurse. Mukara and said, "O elderly one, here is your son-in-law, Vishnu Banu's daughter." Gargi, this must be the way Radha's second close friend, Vishaka, appeared in Gokul and Vrindavan. Purnamasi, no, Jatila. Jatila found her floating. Jatila found her floating. Oh, God, I gotta blush. Oh, God. Okay. No, Jatila found her floating in the Yamuna. Gargi, I did not know that. Who found the Vidya's first daughter, as she was floating in the river's current? Gargi, alas, the cruelty of fate. Who has separated these 2 sisters? Purnamasi, my daughter, fate, then reunited them. In this way, fate's mercy may be seen. Gargi, how did this happen? How did that happen? Purnamasi, Chandravali was the granddaughter of Kartala and Jambavan, who lived in the caves of Govardhan Hill. In the Vidya Hills, kidnapped by the 5-year-old Chandravali, and forcibly took her from Kundina city. God, I can't barely read this. It's better. Note, this goddess Durga is the daughter of Yashoda. After Maharaj Vasudev brought her back to Mathura, and after King Kamsa unsuccessfully tried to kill her, she escaped to the Vidya Hills. Gargi aside, I have heard from my father's mouth that although the gopis headed by Chandrabanu's daughter Chandravali and the Dwarka queens headed by Bhishmaka's daughter Rukmini are expansions of the same spiritual potency, nevertheless their forms are separate and distinct. Now it is said that with the aid of Yoga Maya potency, each gopi is identical with a specific queen, and each pair of gopi and queen is a single person in a single form. It must be so. Later I shall perhaps understand it. What can I understand now of these two confidential matters? Openly, it is not the Yoga Maya potency. It is not that the Yoga Maya potency forcefully prevented the marriage of Govardhan and other gopas with Chandravali and the other gopis. Purnamasi, yes, the gopas simply thought these girls were their wives. The gopas simply thought that these girls were their wives. In fact, they never even saw each other. Gargi, then it is not at all surprising that these 8 girls have such deep love for Lord Krishna. Then it is not at all surprising that these 8 girls have such deep love for Lord Krishna. Purnamasi, what to speak of these 8 girls? What doe-eyed girl in Gokul did not love Lord Krishna? Gargi, you say the truth. More than 16,100 girls in Gokul are now deeply in love with Lord Krishna. 5 gopis headed by Chandravali regularly meet together and worship the goddess Durga, chanting the mantra, O Kantiani Durga, O Mahamaya, illusory potency, O mystic yogini, O queen of the world, O goddess, please make Nanda Gopa's son, Krishna, my husband. I offer my respectful obeisances to you. Purnamasi, Gargamuni told the gopis, Goddess Durga is named Kama because she is the personification of the fulfillment of desires. When the young girls worship her, she naturally grants their request. O pious one, because of this advice from Gargamuni, the doe-eyed girls of Raj now worship the goddess Durga. Gargi, who engaged Radha in worshipping the sun god. Oh, Gargi, who engaged Radha in worshipping the sun god. Purnamasi, your father, Sandipani Muni. Gargi, O noble lady, I have heard from my father's mouth that the association of these girls with their affectionate lover Krishna eventually leads to their separation from them. Gargi, O noble lady, I have heard from my father's mouth that association of these girls with their affectionate lover Krishna eventually leads to their separation from him. Purnamasi, child, he tells the truth. Both he and I have arranged that Abhimanu's mother Chitila and Govardhan's mother Barunda again and again place obstacles in the way of Radharani and Chandravali, these 2 crest jewels of adolescent girls. Gargi, why do you not bring the 2 sisters together? Purnamasi, I'm afraid of wicked Kamsa's followers who are always roaming about. Gargi, does anyone else know of this unnatural incident? No, unusual incident. Purnamasi, no one. I have told only Krishna's mother, Yashoda, and Balaram's mother, Rohini. Only they know. A voice from behind the scenes. Padma, get up from bed. Bhadra, stop making this crown of peacock feathers. Shama, stop stringing the flower garland. Lalita, don't crush the kumkum into powder. Vishaka, stop teaching the parrot to recite poetry. Saiba, stop braiding your hair. The dust by the hooves of the Surabi cows has now entered the horizon. Purnamasi, look, the dust. The dust from the cows and the calves on the road. The dust from the cows and the calves on the road creates a kind of darkness indicating that Krishna is returning home. That Krishna is returning home from the pasture. Also, the darkness of evening provokes the gopis to meet Krishna. Thus, the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis are still covered by a kind of darkness. Krishna. The kind of darkness of evening provokes the gopis to meet Krishna. Thus, the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis are covered by a kind of transcendental darkness and are therefore impossible for ordinary scholars of the Vedas to see. A voice from behind the scenes. Danya, have you decorated your left eye with mascara? Padma, you've placed your armlets on your anklets. Sarangi, you've placed tinkling bells on one ankle. Pali, your belt is already beginning to slip. Lavangi, you placed tilak markings meant for your forehead on your cheek. Kamla, you put red lac meant for the soles of your feet on your eyes. Don't run outside so quickly. Krishna's sweet-sounding flute is still far away. Gargi, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is as splendid as a darkened evening sky. Lord Krishna is as splendid as a darkened evening sky. Lord Krishna is as splendid as a darkish evening sky. He is like the moon shining in Vrindavan. He is like a moon shining in Vrindavan, surrounded by stars of the gopis, and the splendid white moonlight of the cows. Oh, God. Purnamasi with intense happiness. The dark luster of Krishna's body is charming. He holds a stick in his hand, and with his splendid hips are wrapped in a yellow silk dhoti. The great flood of his transcendental beauty rebukes the blue lotus flower. The great flood of his transcendental beauty rebukes the lotus flower. Enjoying pastimes with the gopis, he appears like a transformation of opulence of transcendental love. Let us go to Yashoda Devi. Purnamasi with intense happiness. The luster of Krishna's body is charming. He holds a stick in his hand. The luster of Krishna's body is charming. He holds a stick in his hand. The luster of Krishna's body is charming. He holds a stick in his hand. And his splendid hips are wrapped in a yellow silk dhoti. And his splendid hips are wrapped in a silk dhoti. And his splendid hips are wrapped in a silk dhoti. The great flood of his transcendental beauty, the great flood of his transcendental beauty rebukes the blue lotus flower, rebukes the blue lotus flower, rebukes the blue lotus flower, enjoying pastimes with the gopis. Enjoying pastimes with the gopis. Enjoying pastimes with the gopis. He appears like a transformation of opulence, of transcendental love. He appears like a transformation of opulence, of transcendental love. He appears like a transformation of opulence, of transcendental love. Let us go to Yashoda Devi. Thus ends Act 1. How can Krishna top that act? Oh, Krishna, accompanied by his friend, Lord Krishna enters. Krishna, friend, Madhumangal. Look. The Sarabi cows have lost interest in eating the abundant thick grasses, and their voices are now choked with constant mooing. Krishna, friend Madhumangal, look. The Sarabi cows have lost interest in eating the abundant thick grasses, and their voices are now choked up with constant mooing. They move their necks here and there, and their beautiful eyes restlessly wander on the path. They long to return to Gokul. Madhumangal, this is a great kindness for a Brahmin exhausted from wandering. It is in this great forest with these Sarabi cows so affectionate of their cows, for their cows. Ram, look, after taking 3 or 4 quick steps, the cows turned from the calves before them and crane their necks to see Krishna behind them. They love Krishna more than their own calves. Krishna looking westward. The sun is no longer able to move in the sky. Krishna looking westward. The sun is no longer able to move in the sky that now declines to support it. Its strength diminished by the transformation of time. Its strength diminished by the transformation of time. With weakened rays, the sun's disk rests first on the top of a banyan tree, and now on the western horizon. Krishna looking westward. The sun is no longer able to move in the sky. That now declines to support it, its strength diminished by the transformation of time. With weakened rays, the sun disk rests on the top of the banyan tree, and now on the western horizon.
Mom, get the...
बहुत ठंड है. She's too cold. Here you are, sir. No, no, no. I just had 2 cups of tea in the Gurdwara. You're not supposed to eat but the table. Stay.
Mute your microphone.
I don't know how to do that.
This way.
Okay.
Set apart. We use tea.
Take a minute. Shh.
Are you listening?
Is that all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Got it on mute.
Is there any buzz in the computer? I had to plug it into something.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Maharaj?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. I don't care.
Can you help me?
Yeah, it's okay. So Lalita, why don't you read something for a little bit? My signal is not so strong. I gotta go get the propane working anyway.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, you know what I need to do too? I need to refresh this. That's the problem, I think. Yeah, okay, let me refresh this. So stay on. I just got to reload here.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, much better now.
Okay.
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and read for a little bit.
Okay. Madhya Lila Rita Charitamrita. Because we already ate gopi stuff. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, this is amazing. I tell you, I just feel so blessed, man, to read this stuff, and it's like being in Vrindavan, man, right there. God, man, how is this possible in this weird time, man? It's just like we're in right back when Kamsa was here, you know, and all that stuff was going on. The same stuff, you know. It's like, yeah.
And imagine, I hardly understand what you read.
Yeah.
Hardly. It's just pieces, but one bomb after the other. Imagine what what's inside.
Yeah. You know, that's it's amazing. Yeah.
It's so much inside.
So
I made
much.
a video this morning during the night, and I was just reading into Canto 10 about this demon Agashura. Yeah, Agashura.
Yeah.
And just one verse that really brought me in a deep ecstasy. I was here sitting. I was not live. I was just reading. And then I thought, I'm going to share this. I need to share this.
Wow.
Just, you get transported in Vrindavan. You're an associate of Krishna. You're feeding each other.
Yeah.
playing with each other. It is unbelievable. It is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a fairy tale that comes true.
Unexpected, unexpected.
Yeah. Yeah, this is only in this line can we have such mercy. See, they have to be in the real line, and because all the way back through Rupa, to Rupa Goswami and Sanatan and Raghunath, and back to Lord Chaitanya and the Panchatattva. Nowhere can we get this. It's so rare. This relation is so amazing. You have to come in the real line, and that goes for the devotees too. They need to come in this line. If their gurus are not representing this line all the way back to that ecstasy where they, you gotta, it's like just so, the essence is you gotta be in the Lord and the Lord has to be in you. See, so you have to really be in if you get the mercy, you can be in the pastimes of Krishna through the names, through the mantras and through the stories. And then that Lord is in you. And if he's not in you, then you have no relation. If he's in you, then you have relation. Then they come to life. It comes to life. Otherwise, no life yet. They just, it's just empty, or people are putting on a show and showing, and not a real show. It's got to be a real, you got to be in the pastimes, and the pastimes got to be in you. The Lord has to be in you to open that door, open it up.
Yeah. I got the experience that I was flowing into Krishna and he was flowing inside of me. We're really.
It's a great adventure, huh? Yeah. It's kind of interesting. We're in these weird times, and let's see what Krishna is going to do in here. It's like he put us at this time, which is really bizarre. I mean, this is like the end of the end times or something, man. Some weird shit going on.
So powerful.
Yeah. And then we got this going here, which is it's like a new Vrindavan, and the Kamsas out there and personified as technocracy, and all this draconian stuff that Kamsa was doing. The Veronica is going again, doing the same shit.
Anti-poison. We have this anti-poison here. I feel it.
Yeah, it's like an anti-poison. What do they call it? Anti-venom, because this is poison. I was looking at, because yesterday, the Trump lost, and had a, like this, and all this weird shit going on. And then I was watching the news, on the computer here, and it's all made up. They're making things, I couldn't believe it. And they're making all these lies up and all this stuff, and getting at people emotionally involved. The same thing they did with the fear of the pandemic stuff. And I think, can't people see they're jerking them around and they can't see it? They're lying. They're through their teeth, and they say, "Oh, what a terrible thing happened. They stormed the Capitol. Oh, this has never happened before." And they're killing people left and right. And they're doing the whole thing. They put the people in there and doing it. And they're lying through their teeth. Biggest friggin' liars I've ever seen. And I say, it must be Krishna's illusory potency. These guys through their mouth, hypocrite. My God, they're killing people left and right. Anybody who's against them, they kill them or censor them, and all this draconian communist crap going on. And then they come out and say, "Oh, how terrible this is." Oh, they stormed the Capitol. And the Trump guys that are there, they said, God, it's like a love festival. Everybody was so nice. And then these liars, these communists, man, they come in as these Antifas, and they go and incite everything, and then this lie, hypocrite. My God, demons in this world now. They're completely demons. And we can see them. I mean, anybody that God gives the eyes, You see them right there on the surface, man, causing their mischief.
Maya makes people stupid. Maya
Oh,
makes them
makes them
really
stupid.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
and like
they
cheap.
can't see that. Yeah. And so, yeah, all this stuff is going on. And so we got to see what the Lord's going to, he's got to do something. Otherwise, how can the Lord, you know, everything's got to be built on the truth. Otherwise it's going to fall. It can't, this is a lie, complete lie. And people who are believing the lie, they're going down with the lie. But it's everything has to be built on truth, otherwise it'll fall. It'll collapse. It has to. It's just flimsy foundation, So it's kind of interesting. Let's see because everybody is action and reaction in this universe. If you're on that level, there's only this pure devotional worship gets us through above all that stuff. This is the only way out, really. Otherwise, you're more or less in that, divinity. Yes, we need divinity.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. And I was a little affected by it because all this stuff, and I'm sitting there looking at all this and all this stuff. And then I felt like really, like I could imagine people being completely in this, and like, really, it's really like a downer, man, really downer. Listen, it's so discouraging,
Yeah.
And so then I'm chanting this morning, and boop, this lifted the whole energy up and into the, puts it all in the light, in perspective, and you're protected from it. That's why I say, if you don't have God, man, I don't know how anybody you would just be miserable, depressed, and probably suicide out of this thing. They want people. I mean, this is it. That's part of the plan. Depopulate, get people so miserable because of such a draconian stuff. You don't even want to live in this world. And so and now we got this Biden guy as president. Oh my God. What a crazy thing to have somebody like that in power. I can't believe it, man. This is the whole thing. But anyway, this is Lord showing us his Maya, man, how bad it gets. For people, they're just under that whammy, literally taken down into hell, into darkness, real dark, not even the mode of goodness darkness, but dark. It's like if you believe in them, they're dragging you down into the darkness, man, where they are. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
My little rant.
Yeah. Let's make sure that there is anti-poison in the world by our worship.
Exactly.
Keep it moving and growing and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Come here and take your shot.
Let's read a little bit about Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah.
Our amazing Lord Chaitanya. Madhya Lila, Chapter 2, the ecstatic manifestations of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. All glories to my Guruji, Sri Agora Haridas. by whose mercy the Lord is flowing inside of me. And I am flowing inside of him. Oh, glories to the light of the world. Srila Gora Haridas, who enlightens me, enlightens with a GH. Oh, glories, oh, glories. But to you, Srila Gora Haridas, for taking me out of the darkness. And actually, you are capable to take loads out of the darkness. Loads. I had a discussion with a Vaidhi Bhakta this morning. He was in the Sangha for a while. Oh my God, this ignorance. I'm so happy and so grateful, so innumerable grateful that I'm not there on that side anymore, on that wailing wall, and in that ignorant state of amounts and counting, and light is here. Light is really here, shining every day. You, Siragora Haritas, you put the light on so that the books are readable and that we are not reading in the dark, but in a light, enlightened room. And it's much more than being enlightened. There are no material words for it. There are really no words for it. It's the power of this light, the power of this prema is too much for words, for material words. I should try to find a dictionary and make a list. Oh glories, oh glories, oh glories to Srila Prabhupada. To Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, to Jagannath Babaji, to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, to Lord Nityananda, to Lord Chaitanya, to Radharani, to Krishna. By relating in synopsis form, the last division of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this chapter, I shall describe the Lord's transcendental ecstasy, which appears like madness due to his separation from Krishna. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories, all glories, all glories to you, my Lord. And thank you for descending. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra. And all glories to all the devotees of the Lord. During his last 12 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always manifested all the symptoms of ecstasy in separation from Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's state of mind, day and night, was practically identical to Radharani's state of mind when Uddhava came to Vrindavan to see the gopis. The Lord constantly exhibited a state of mind reflecting the madness of separation. All his activities were based on forgetfulness, and his talks were always based on madness. Blood flowed from all the pores of his body, and all his teeth were loosened. At one moment, his whole body became slender, and at another moment, his whole body became fat. The small room beyond the corridor is called the Gambira. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay in that room, but he didn't sleep for a moment. All night, he used to grind his mouth and head on the wall, and his face sustained injuries all over. Although the three doors of the house were always closed, the Lord would nonetheless go out and sometimes would be found at the Jagannath temple, before the gate known as Simvadvara, and sometimes the Lord would fall flat into the sea. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would also run very fast across the sand hills, mistaking them for Govardhan. As he ran, he would wail and cry loudly. Sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mistook the small parks of the city for Vrindavan. Sometimes he would go there, dance and chant, and sometimes fall unconscious in spiritual ecstasy. The extraordinary transformations of the body due to transcendental feelings would never have been possible for anyone but the Lord, in whose body all transformations were manifest. The joints of his hands, the joints of his hands and legs would sometimes become separated by 8 inches, and they remained connected only by the skin. Sometimes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his hands, his legs, and his hand would all enter would all enter within his body, just like the withdrawn limbs of a tortoise. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to manifest wonderful ecstatic symptoms. His mind appeared vacant, and there were only hopelessness and disappointment in his words. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to express his mind in this way. Where is the Lord of my life? Who is playing his flute? What shall I do now? Where should I go to find the son of Maharaj Nanda? To whom should I speak? Who can understand my disappointment? Without the son of Nanda Maharaj, my heart is broken. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always expressed bewilderment, and he lamented his separation from Krishna. At such times, he used to recite the slokas from Ramananda Raya's drama known as Jagannath Vallabhanataka. Srimati Radharani used to lament, our Krishna does not realize what we have suffered from injuries inflicted in the course of loving affairs. We are actually misused by love. Because love doesn't know where to strike and where not to strike. Even Cupid doesn't know of our very weakened condition. What should I tell anyone? No one. No one can understand another's difficulties. Our life is actually not under our control. For youth will remain for 2 or 3 days and soon be finished. In this condition, O Creator, what will be our destination? Srimati Radharani spoke thus, in distress due to separation from Krishna. Oh, what shall I say in my distress? After I met Krishna, my loving propensity sprouted, but upon separating from him, I sustained a great shock, which is now continued, like the suffering of a disease. The only physician for this disease is Krishna himself, but he is not taking care of this sprouting plant of devotional service. What can I say about the behavior of Krishna? Outwardly, he is a very attractive young lover, but at heart, he's a great, he's a great cheat, very expert in killing others' wives. Srimati Radharani continued, lamenting about the consequences of loving Krishna. My dear friend, I do not understand the regulative principles given by the Creator. I loved Krishna for happiness, but the result was just the opposite. I am now in an ocean of distress. It must be that now I'm going to die, for my vital force no longer remains. This is my state of mind. By nature, loving affairs are very crooked. They are not entered with sufficient knowledge, nor do they consider whether a place is suitable or not, nor do they look forward to the results. By the ropes of his good qualities, Krishna is so unkind, has bound my neck and hands, and I am unable to get relief. In my loving affairs, there is a person named Madana. His qualities are thus: personally, he possesses no gross body, yet he is very expert in giving pains to others. He has 5 arrows, and fixing them on his bow, he shoots them into the bodies of innocent women. Thus these women become invalids. It would be better if he took my life without hesitation, but he doesn't do so. He simply gives me pain. In the scriptures it is said that one person can never know the unhappiness in the mind of another. Therefore, what can I say of my dear friends Lalita and the others? Nor can they understand the unhappiness within me. They simply try to console me repeatedly, saying, "Dear friend, be patient." I say, "My dear friend, you are asking me to be patient, saying that Krishna is an ocean of mercy, and that sometimes in the future he will accept me. However, I must say that this will not console me." A living entity's life is very flickering. It's like water on the leaf of a lotus flower. Who will live long enough to expect Krishna's mercy? A human being doesn't live more than 100 years. You should also consider that the youthfulness of a woman, which is the only attraction for Krishna, remains for only a few days. If you say that Krishna is an ocean of transcendental bliss and transcendental qualities and therefore must be merciful someday, I can only say that he is like fire, which attracts flies by its dazzling brightness and kills them. Such are the qualities of Krishna. By showing us his transcendental qualities, he attracts our minds, and then later, by separating from us, he drowns us in an ocean of unhappiness. In this way, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lamented in the great ocean of sadness, and thus he opened the doors of his unhappiness. Forced by the waves of ecstasy, his mind wandered over transcendental meadows, and in this way he recited another verse as follows: My dear friends, unless I serve the transcendental form, qualities, and pastimes of Sri Krishna, all my days and all my senses will become entirely useless. Now I am uselessly bearing the burden of my senses, which are like stone blocks and dried wood. I do not know how long I will be able to continue without shame. What use are eyes if one doesn't see? Of what use are eyes if one doesn't see the face of Krishna, which resembles the moon and is the birthplace of all beauty and reservoir of the nectareous songs of his flute? Oh, let the thunderbolt strike his head. Why does he keep such eyes? My dear friends, please hear me. I have lost all providential strength. Without Krishna, my body, consciousness, and mind, as well as all my senses, are useless. Topics about Krishna are like waves of nectar. If such nectar doesn't enter one's ear, the car is not better than the whole of a damaged conch shell. Oh, sorry, the ear is no better than the whole of a damaged conch shell. Such an ear is created for no purpose. The nectar, the nectar from the lips of Lord Krishna and his transcendental qualities and characteristics surpass the taste of the essence of all nectar. Surpass the taste of the essence of all nectar. There is no fault in tasting such nectar. If one doesn't taste it, he should die immediately afterwards, and his tongue is to be considered no better than the tongue of a frog. One's nostrils are no better than the bellows of the blacksmith if he has not smelled the fragrance of Krishna's body. Which is like the aroma of musk combined with that of the bluish lotus flower. Indeed, such combinations are actually defeated by the aroma of Krishna's body. The palms of Krishna's hands and the soles of his feet are so cool. Oh, so cool. And pleasant. That they can be compared only to the light of millions of moons. One who has such hands and feet has indeed tasted the effects of touchstone. If one has not touched them, his life is spoiled and his body is like iron. Lamenting in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened the doors of grief within his heart. Morose, humble, and disappointed. He recited the verse again and again with a despondent heart. If by chance the transcendental form of Krishna comes before my path of vision, my heart, insured from being beaten, will be stolen away by Cupid's happiness personified, because I couldn't see the beautiful form of Krishna to my heart's content. When I again see his form, I shall decorate the faces of them with many jewels. Whenever I had the chance to see Lord Krishna's to see Lord Krishna's face and flute, even in a dream, two enemies would appear before me. They were Pleasure and Cupid. And since they took away my mind, I wasn't able to see the face of Krishna to the full satisfaction of my eyes. If by chance such a moment comes when I can once again see Krishna, then I shall worship those seconds, those moments, and those hours with flower gardens and purple of sandalwoods and decorate them with all kinds of jewels and ornaments. In an instant, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regained external consciousness, and he saw two persons before him. Questioning them, he asked, "Am I conscious? What dreams have I been seeing? What craziness have I spoken? Have you heard some expressions of humility? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear friends, you are all my life and soul. Therefore I tell you that I possess no wealth of love for Krishna. Consequently, my life is poverty-stricken. My limbs and senses are useless. Again, it addressed both Swarupa Damodara and Raya Ramananda, speaking despondently. Alas, my friends, you can now know the certainty within my heart, and after knowing my heart, you should judge whether I am correct or not. You can speak of this properly. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then began to chant another verse. Love of Godhead, devoid of cheating propensities, is not possible within this material world. If there is such a love, there cannot be separation. For if there is separation, how can one live? Pure love for Krishna. Pure love for Krishna, just like gold from the Jambu River, does not exist in human society. If it existed, there could not be separation. If separation were there, one couldn't live. Thus speaking, the son of Srimati Sachimati recited another wonderful verse. Ramananda Raya and Swarupa Damodara heard this verse with rapt attention. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I feel shameful to disclose the activities of my heart. Nonetheless, I shall be done with all formalities and speak from the heart. Please hear. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear friends, I have not the slightest tinge of love of Godhead within my heart. When you see me crying in separation, I am just falsely exhibiting a demonstration of my great fortune. Indeed, not seeing the beautiful face of Krishna playing his flute, I continue to live my life like an insect without purpose. Actually, my love for Krishna is far, far away. Whatever I do is actually false. When you see me cry, I am simply exhibiting my great fortune. Please try to understand this beyond a doubt. Even though I do not see the moon-like face of Krishna playing on his flute, and although there is no possibility of my meeting him, still I take care of my own body. That is the way of lust. In this way, I maintain my fly-like life. Love for Lord Krishna is very pure, just like the waters of the Ganges. That love is an ocean of nectar. That pure attachment to Krishna pure attachment to Krishna does not conceal any spot, which would appear just like a spot of ink on a white cloth. Unalloyed love of Krishna unalloyed purified love of Krishna is like an ocean of happiness. If someone gets one drop of it, the whole world can drown in that drop. It's not befitting to express such love of Godhead. Yet a madman must speak. However, even though he speaks, no one believes him. In this way, Lord Chaitanya used to revel in ecstasy day after day and exhibit these ecstasies before Swarupa and Ramanujaraya. Externally, there appeared severe tribulation, and as he were suffering from poisonous effects, but internally, he was experiencing bliss. This is characteristic of transcendental love of Krishna.
This is the highest limit of true love, exhibited by Lord Chaitanya. This has never been revealed before, because this is how you can even see the Maya. If you can relish some of this love, you can see how the Lord works in his illusory potency. It's a reflection of that. It's like, that's really actual poison. Is this what's in this world? People have been drinking that, and they become illusioned in so many ways. Yeah. Matter of fact, let's go over the verses here. I'll find that. What's that chapter and everything?
Madhya Lila, chapter 2.
Yeah. Yeah. See, by this higher taste is how we learn how to give up the Maya, because we see her tricks. You realize, we just get into love of Krishna and transcend this whole thing. Okay, so back here, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Then we'll let River Yamuna read after this. We'll just explain a few things here. Just change things up a little bit. You said Madhya Lila, chapter 6?
Chapter 2.
Madhya Lila or Antya Lila?
Madhya.
Okay. Matter of fact, River, why don't you, I'll tell you the verses to read and you read them, okay? Get up Madhya Lila, chapter 2. Yeah, and start with text number 15. So I may stop you, maybe. Let's see. You can recite any prayers you want to do. Just not for 45 minutes.
I learned that from my big sister. What chapter was it in the Madhya Lila?
Madhya Lila, chapter 2, and verse number 15. Start there.
2. The ecstatic manifestations of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 15.
See, the more you read these verses in ecstasy, the more realizations you get how profound they are. It never stops. Go ahead.
Okay. I offer my respectful obeisances to my awesome spiritual master, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gaura Haridas Acharya. I offer my respectful obeisances to the whole of the parampara. Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Jai. Okay, so Madhya Lila, chapter 2, verse 15. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to express his mind in this way. Where is the Lord of my life? Who is playing his flute? What shall I do now? Where should I go to find the son of Maharaj Nanda? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to express his mind in this way. Where is the Lord of my life? Who is playing his flute? What shall I do now? Where should I go to find the son of Maharaj Nanda? To whom should I speak? Who can understand my disappointment without the son of Nanda Maharaj? My heart is broken. To whom should I speak? Who can understand my disappointment?
See, this is the thing. In the world, so many people can understand your disappointment, right? When you're suffering lamentation from your child and your dog and your cat, whatever it is, oh, you poor thing. I totally understand. Yeah. But who can understand the disappointment of the devotee relishing the mellows of separation from Krishna? Well, I think only somebody like Ramananda Roy and Swarab Damanar. Very few people can understand because they don't have relation. They can't relate. They don't feel such feelings of separation. This is, and you know, isn't it interesting how it looks very similar to a person lamenting, oh, what happened to my dog? Oh, the poor thing, is it in heaven now? Oh, I just, oh, it's sick. Oh, let's go spend $10,000 to make it well. Yeah, stuff like that, or anything. Or just anything to do with the sin, we become really attached to this, and we have a similar thing. And then you see a devotee, like Lord Chaitanya, who can understand my? Because you look at that, and the person might say, "Yeah, I understand, man." Well, no, I don't understand because who is this Nanda Maharaj? You're talking about. See, so the Maya, we can either go into the divine pastimes of the Lord and get out of this. It just like sucks you out of the illusion. It's like a stronger force. Lalita talks like suck right into the pastimes of Krishna. It sucks you out of the illusion. Otherwise, you're caught up in this in so many ways, in so many lifetimes. See, so you can learn a lot about Maya by looking at the opposite, if you have relation. Go ahead, read on.
Please, Karuna, could you give me a roll of tissue? Okay. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always expressed bewilderment and lamentated in separation from Krishna. At such times, he used to recite the slokas from Ramananda Ray's drama known as Jagannath Vallabha Natak. Krishna Krishna. Read that one again. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always expressed bewilderment and lamentation in the separation from Krishna. At such times, he used to recite the slokas from Ramananda Rai's drama known as Jagannath Vallabha Natak. Krishna, Krishna.
So, it's another thing is like, you notice how important sound vibration is.
Yeah.
It's the sound vibration that puts us in illusion, and sound vibration which takes us out of illusion. So we need to hear those who have relation and attachment to Krishna, and when they speak, that sound vibration lifts us above the material energy. That's why hearing is where our devotional service begins. It's a cleansing. It has, like Jesus said to his disciples, they listened to him for 3 years, and he said, "You're cleansed by the word I have spoken to you." See, it's the word of God. I like this thing about this chapter 1. It's really amazing. Chapter 1 of book of John. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. So our God is the word we hear. If it's mundane, we go into mundane consciousness. If it's spiritual word from a person relishing devotional feelings, they're transcendental. That is your ticket out of here. There's no other way out, really. You can hear talks of Brahman that's a Brahman, and you're, not the body, and you're just a spirit, you're God, and see speculations. That's where you'll go is, maybe some kind of oneness with and get above material miseries, but you don't know the true full nature of God. That's why you hear talks from a devotee. You're hearing the full truth, man. You hear the full truth. You hear reality distinguished from illusion, and then you can learn about it. We need to hear that together. Otherwise, you can't understand reality. You have to see the difference. See, and then you look towards reality, and you look towards reality, hearing. Yeah, you're purified. Your heart gets purified. Your mind gets purified. And then you look at the verses. That's the idea of a spiritual master, is their vibration is transcendental. It purifies your consciousness in your heart. And then you can do like they do. May they be one as we are one. See, that Jesus said up to that point. It's Jesus understood that he was simultaneously one and different from the Lord. So Lord Chaitanya came to teach more of that. See, to fluff that out more. And we continue the process to help Christians and Vaishnavas or anybody else, Muslims, anybody that has, some, desire to get out of this horrible illusion, this misery, just all kinds of miseries, So, what else is there to do now? Is to relish the truth and teach others, help them get out of it too. Help your brothers and sisters. There's like this ocean of Maya, and people are drowning in it. And we have the boat. Hey man, come on the boat, man. Come on the boat. Hey, you Vites out there, are you feeling really deeply connected? Do you want more connection? Do you want to understand the deeper reality beyond Varnashram Dharma? And you want to understand spontaneous devotion? Can't you see we're involved in that? That we're totally wrapped up in that process. Ordered to teach this. Are you ready to come on the boat? Anybody? See, so that's the call. Yeah. So go ahead.
Okay. Shrimati Radharani used to lament, "Our Krishna does not realize what we have suffered from injuries inflicted in the course of loving affairs. We are actually misused by love because love does not know where to strike and where not to strike. Even Cupid does not know our very weakened condition. What should I tell anyone? No one can understand others' difficulty."
Yeah, even Cupid cannot understand. But you know what? Yeah, Cupid in the Maya, and the Cupid in the Maya doesn't even care. People are weakened by relishing or tasting this ras, this in the world, this Maya, this hypocrisy, these lies, this cheating. They become very weakened by that. You're wounded by that. You're wounded, literally. And so again, people in the world, they mistake that as the truth. They mistake darkness, this illusion, as the truth, because our nature to connect with God, either in His Maya or in His truthful form, in the transcendental realm. That's why a devotee actually sees Krishna everywhere, sees devotees everywhere. He sees everybody's a devotee. Everybody's a devotee. But he acts differently to liberate people. He said, yeah, everybody's a devotee, but don't be a devotee of the Lord in the Maya, that dark form. Learn about the dark form of Krishna Vrindavan, not this dark form of his Mayic form. You see darkness, dark form in Vrindavan. You see there's similarities. See, people mistake this dark form of Maya as the truth. No. Dark form of Krishna is what you need to know. That's light. See, that's the true light. Is that dark form of Krishna? Who understands? See, this stuff you have to relish. You have to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and that parampara to understand these things. Nobody can even express it. It's a deep revelation. You see, everything in the light is here in this world, and the living entities just mistake the darkness as the light, and they go towards that. And we're here just to say, hey, wait a second, man. This is better. This is the true form. This is true because it's eternal. That causes you to go cycle in birth and death and birth and death. Here we cycle in the pastimes of the Lord. You notice? They're doing over and over again the same thing. Yeah. Well, we also over and over again the same pastimes, but they're always ever fresh. Always deepening, always refreshing to the soul. All it is hackneyed, same old, same old. See? This is same old, but it's always different. Always deeper, always gives you more knowledge, more information. This gives you more dullness, you become more stupid. Even your intellectual, your people look at you as a great scholar and everything. But if you're still in the Maya, you're still not really, you're still less intelligent. This gives true intelligence. Yeah, this is the thing. This is how Krishna always wins souls back to him, because people start to see, my God, where'd you get this intelligence? Where'd you get this understanding? Well, it's in parampara. Just come into the parampara. Come link up here. Come link up here, and you'll be like this. You'll be like your teacher. That's the whole point. If I'm a Mridanga master, and the whole thing, if I'm a teacher, I'm going to make you as good as myself or better. That's a spiritual master. They want to make you as good or better than themselves. That's called magnanimity. That's called the highest welfare work for others, because it makes the person as good as they are, better. And if you're a liberated soul, man, they ain't nothing better than that. Go ahead.
Okay. Even Cupid does not know of our very weakened condition. What should I tell anyone? No one can understand another's difficulties. Our life is actually not under our control. For youth,
see, people in the Maya, they're also under. There's Yoga Maya, which gives the feeling for Krishna. This is Yoga Maya, is like the Holy Spirit, the devotional spirit. It gives us a relationship with the transcendental Lord. Well, Cupid in this world gives us a relationship with the Maya. It's very easy to bond with the Lord's Maya. Very easy. You just look at a beautiful woman or man, and all of a sudden you're attracted. But if you look at Krishna in his name, not so easy to be attracted. Very difficult, actually. In his pastimes, his name, very difficult, even though he's supremely attractive. So the parampara is you got to get purified to develop this attraction. This deep attraction for the Maya disqualifies us for the feeling for Krishna's transcendental name and pastimes, which represent him in this world of the illusion. Okay? So you get that again from those who are already attracted. You get purified by being around them, hearing from them, serving their mission, which is basically, deliver people out of illusion, This is the game, man, the transcendental game, saving souls. Get people attracted to the absolute eternal truth, this the Supreme Lord. I mean, God, Christians should be coming here. You want to learn about Jesus, even. The deeper teaching. I have more to tell you, but you can't bear it. And many Christians still can't bear it. They can't come here. I don't know, what is this false God? Jesus is the only way because I got this one book, and it says that. But here, hey, well, why, if we're worshiping a false God, why are we so ecstatic here? Why are we also crying like you? Why are we laughing like a madman like you? What is it, a different God? I mean, it's just got to, to me, that's why I realized Krishna consciousness was stronger. I was back and forth with Jesus and Krishna. When I went to Jesus, I lost Krishna. See, just like they do. They can't understand the form. But when I was with Krishna, I can understand Jesus better and Krishna. I got both, So I finally realized, hey, man, I want both, man. I was never fully happy with Jesus. But I've always been fully happy with Krishna because then I automatically get Jesus. In every talk, do we talk about Jesus? We talk about Jesus and Lord Chaitanya. I get them both. Because I want them both, man. They're both so auspicious for this world. Look, people who have Jesus, they can see this bullshit going on. That means they got God's grace. And those who have Lord Chaitanya and Krishna, Radha and Krishna, can also see this bullshit going on, but there are less of them. You notice? A lot of them believe this bullshit. They believe in the government. Okay? The ones who really have a deep relationship with the transcendental Lord, more or less, okay? They're more sovereign. The Lord protects them, not the friggin' government. These guys they're full of, now they're all coming out. They're flying their colors, full of lies and deceit and cheating. See, you believe in them, then you're under their whammy, and you're under their influence, and all they want to do is inject you and kill you. Want to put the mask on you so you breathe CO2 and get brain disease and die. This is what you believe in them. That's what you do. You believe in the true Lord deeply, and you're around others who are true believers. I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, or Vaishnava. If you're a true believer, you see the lies. Otherwise, you don't. This is it. The Bible predicts this. There'll be strong delusion set over the world, and there is. Can anybody see that strong delusion? I see. These people are under darkness. How do you believe in these people telling you lies? Okay? Only because they believe in liars. They believe in hypocrites. And the same thing in whether you got a Christian, there's some real dastardly Christian ministers showing their faces now. They are in the darkness, man, being overwhelmed by it. And Vaishnavas too. And you can see who's who now. Otherwise, if people continue to worship liars, hypocrites, and cheaters like Jesus called out when he was here with the Pharisees, you go and get their result. You under them, and you get the reactions that they experience. They're not liberated. See, you follow a Jesus, you get the result that person has. Liberation beyond the cycle of birth and death. You go back into the spiritual world. Otherwise, you stay under the whammy of this world. This is a great time to help people, because even people start to see, I've been noticing, people, they're starting to see, what is this? A lot of people are losing faith in the government. Do you notice? Have you seen? people stay, God, I used to believe in it, but look at them. Look what they're doing. They're showing what they really are. And that's good. Otherwise, people hold on tight to these persons that are not really, they can't help them very well. They're an illusion themselves. So anyway, go ahead.
Our life is not actually under our control. For youth will remain for 2 or 3 days and soon be finished. In this condition, O Creator, what will be our destination?
Read that again. That's a good one. I like that.
Or just that little bit?
That little bit.
Our life is actually not under our control. Life is actually not under our control. For youth will remain for 2 or 3 days and soon be finished. In this condition, O Creator, what will be our destination?
Yeah, and that's how it is. Our life is not under our control when we're controlled by the Lord's Maya. That's how it is. There are people in the world that desire control because that's what they do. That's because of being caught up in Maya themselves. They want to be supreme controllers. That's the whole game now. These guys want to control not only themselves, but they want to control others. And they feel we got the technology to do that. They can't control on their own. It's like the Rockefellers. They said, if people knew that we are only able to do what we can do because we have help from the other side. See, they're Satan worshipers. You got to worship to get power. So you either worship the real God and get empowered to what? To do real welfare, to really liberate people, to make them really, truly happy. Okay, so I'll take you off, and you just also have to refresh there, Lolita. I think that's the way it works. So you just come back on when you can. Okay. Yeah. See, so our life is not under our control, especially when the Maya is taken over, because these others are controlling us. Whatever, television, this is amazing. I never studied any of this stuff. I just, things were going on okay, and I could do my worship in it. But now things are a little bit more, it's like, hey man, there's something really weird going on. All right, what is television? Television. See, these friggin' guys in the Maya are telling you a vision, and you just execute it. So life is not under your control. You notice that? People they're told a vision by watching that boob tube. Makes them a boob, stupid. And then they execute the order, whatever comes on the television, like in George Orwell's 1984. That's how the Lord's Maya works. But you know what? The yoga Maya works even in the same way, but a better way, in a more wonderful way. We're also told a vision. You notice that? You worship Krishna when ecstasy, he tells you a vision. You get visions. You get tell you a vision. You get a revelation. Tell you a revelation. That's what the Lord does to those who worship me, Krishna. With loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. I give them real knowledge. I tell them a vision. See the difference? Now, that vision is what we see in scriptures. They're written by devotees that the Lord tells a vision. Now, that's a much better way to work. Otherwise, the Lord's Maya tells you a vision. You become a programmed robot, less intelligent, and ultimately die. Because, in this material consciousness. Here we're told a vision to how to find, to those who worship me with loving ecstasy, I give them the real vision, the real understanding. See? How to come back to me. Now, isn't that a better thing to know how to get out of this darkness? That's being taught as to be the truth and the light and all that stuff. There you go. She's back. Aha. She's eating her yogurt thing, I can think. She's eating her yogurt. Smoothie. It's okay. You earned it. You did good today. That's your reward. Yeah, go ahead there. Read some more.
Okay. Shrimati Radharani spoke thus, in distress due to separation from Krishna. Did I read that one?
Go ahead. Doesn't matter.
I didn't read that one. In distress due to separation from Krishna. Oh, what shall I say of my distress? After I met Krishna, my loving propensities sprouted, but upon separation from him, I sustained a great shock. What is now...
See, again, I'm going to refresh this. Just hold on 1 second. It'll get a better thing here. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, upon separation from Krishna, again, you separate from the Maya, you're distressed. And it's miserable. It's an iron-like Ross. Iron. It's like, down. You can feel it, low energy. See? Your energy is brought down into the lower centers, and fear, panic, anxiety. And you're tasting this. You're experiencing this pain of separation. See? But the opposite is available too, because, there's this union and separation from the transcendental form of the Lord. See? Otherwise, we're having union and separation from the Mayic form of the Lord, his illusory potency, union and separation. See? And that's very painful feeling. See, it's feeling thing. So you're feeling that, and that's why people suicide, right? Or depressed, because they're feeling this union and separation. So maybe and it gets less union and more separation, it's just very painful. You want to take drugs and things and stuff. I don't want to, feel that anymore. Okay? You notice people throwing their pills down the antidepressants down the toilet now when they get the connection with the Lord, because even the separation is wonderful. The separation, first, it dissolves your karma, all your propensities to think about worldly things. Because when you start to have this union, see, you become really enlivened, so wonderful and all this. And then some separation, it burns off your desire to think about mundane things. All of a sudden, you don't want to do that anymore. You just want to think, hey, man, where are you, Krishna? I'm looking for you. And then he comes back because you're interested in this transcendental form. We're here just to get people, directed and connected and hitched up. That's what a priest is. When people got the Holy Spirit 2,000 years ago, they realized, now we're real priests. Lord Jesus Christ came here to make us priests, which is to connect people. Yeah, give them Jesus. And we're the same thing now. We become a real intercessor now in that way. We intercede in people that are there. We actually redirect people, from they're going this way. This is what in the past time said, when attraction to Krishna is like a river that is, the Maya is going this way, and it changes the direction of the living entities, changes their whole life. It's a revolution in their life. They're all going this way, and then a devotee comes in and redirects them back back to God. And only the devotees have that power. Otherwise you're going this way, strong river of Maya, and you got no real connect. That means you're a false guru, man. A false representative of the transcendental Lord. You cannot change people's direction. Direction means to really flow towards the Lord. Yeah, maybe you can give them rules and regulations, but they're still in in the mundane level, goodness only. You're going rules. That's why it's, you can't change the flow, but the devotees can. And logically, if anybody listens here, after a while you realize, yeah, what the heck is this? Why would I have been meditating that way? Please teach me how to connect with the Transcendental Lord. Well, hey, man, look at my students. They'll teach you better than I can. Yeah, because they're doing it, man. They went in the door, and now they're the shepherds of you guys who want to come in the door, man. You just follow what they do. Make friends with these devotees here. They're the witnesses. They say it's very good. I just been preaching this stuff, and you guys say, yeah, man, it's changed my life. Oh, man, I love this, man. Yeah, connecting with Krishna. Yeah, it works. It's bad. You see? People need to hear that. Otherwise, what are they witnessing? You got these guys, the politicians standing up. Yeah, believe my bullshit, man, and come down here. We'll make you really unhappy and want to get injections and take pills and suicide out of it. Yeah, listen to my talk. Isn't that what they're doing? Yeah, listen to the, they have people, they're listening to all this hypocrisy and lies and everything for people's selfish, benefit, their own benefit, and they want to make you a slave so they can enjoy in the world. What kind of life is that, man? What kind of character is that? Can you imagine? There are people out there, I didn't know that, but it's like I was surprised that there could be gurus in ISKCON that were not bona fide. When I first came, I thought, well, they're must be authorized and all this. I couldn't believe that they had these other dastardly intentions. I couldn't believe it until I started to see it. Now, same thing with I can't believe that anybody could be so inhuman as that. This is dark stuff going on in the world, man. So inhuman. People are living for their personal selfish interest and wanting to make people slaves to get that and not caring about killing millions of people or thousands of people. They don't care, and these bankers, these corporate people, these elites, they don't care. They see people as cattle. What kind of life, what kind of mentality? Can you believe the kind of karma they got going for them? They don't care. They see people as cattle. And hey, man, all I can say is this is your chance to get out of that. Anybody listening to these videos, this is your chance. Otherwise, that's where you're going. You're going to become monsters like they are. Just like how that is. These guys give the order and you execute it. And you go against you. This is what you see, the military, the cops. If you obey those orders, you become monsters like your masters. Execute. And there are a lot of good people doing that. That includes the churches. These guys in church, I notice so-called Christians telling people to get vaccinations and shots, lie, cheats, and all. You become as bad as your masters. So you can opt out of that, but who will do it? That's why the witnesses need to become really strong in this. Get you really deep in connecting with the Lord and teaching the real truth by their experience. You got to show them, man, this is ice cream, man. This is more tasty than that crapola you're eating. This is more inspiring. Look at the smiles on the faces of devotees connecting with the transcendental Lord and not his Mayic manifestation in this dark, hellish place. You got to show that, man. and people now, they're going to start to look. You're going to see. We're already seeing people are coming now. You notice? More people, one by one, they're coming because, hey, man, we're not holding back now. The Lord is empowering this. He's telling people frankly, and it's time because look I'm just telling you, look at your own result, man. How do you feel believing in politicians? Do you feel good or are you in panic? How do you feel when you listen to the WHO as your gurus, and the CDC? How do you feel, man? You feel good? Or you feel like you're a miserable person. You feel in fear and doubt. You put your mask on. You can't breathe. You're afraid. You're afraid. Fear, fear, fear. You want to stay in that? Well, there you go, man. Stay in that, or you can get out. You know, become fearless. Yeah, become ecstatically loving, even in these horrible times. And end this cycle of birth and death once and for all. And that's you Vaidhi Bhaktas too. If your gurus are out there putting masks on and all this robotic, what is this, worshiping Prabhupada with robotic arms, all kinds of crazy things going on here. And then you're still in fear and all this. You got your mask on and all that stuff. In other words, you're being sacrificed by the Lord's Maya. You're a sacrifice for Satan with that thing on. That's exactly what it is. You believe in liars and cheaters. You show it, man. You're showing who your master is.
No face.
No face, man. No, shut up, be quiet, and just obey your master, the illusory energy, Satan, the liar, the cheater. He's been a liar from the beginning and a murderer from the beginning, and they're out. His servants are out now, killing you. This is a psyop now. You notice that? This war. We're in World War III and IV. There's a psyop going on here. People's minds are controlled by the illusion, but ours aren't. Why? Because we got Transcendental Lord on our side, man. And we got Krishna already here. He's already appearing. You want a second coming? Well, he's coming already, man. And he ain't stopping. It's just going to get more and more. I noticed, I was surprised. I was wondering, why don't I call the Lord more? Now that I see all this bullshit going on, I'm saying, hey, Lord, come on down, man. Now I understand what Advaita was doing. Man, he was saying, hey, Lord, man, we need help. And he's a plenary portion. Now I say, oh, wow, Lord Krishna, come on down, man, do your stuff. And he is. This is part of it. We're all part of it. You know, we're his little helpers. He likes to work like that. You notice he had a lot of monkeys when Ram was here. We're all these little monkeys helping him in his mission. But watch out for those monkeys. Their tails, you set them on fire, they start setting you on fire with that tail. They use it. What do you think this is, a movie? Look at her. She's eating. It's like she's watching a very interesting movie. Eating her popcorn.
Horror movie.
Go ahead there. Read some more, man. This is inspiring.
Yeah. After I met.
Wait. Let's put the. I forgot I can do this now. Okay, read Johan's thing. All right, this is great.
Wait, it's not. Yesterday evening, I see the movie of Bolo Man. I don't know if I'm saying that right. In the beginning, they
Solomon.
Oh, he's an S.
Solomon. Yeah,
oh,
it's
yeah.
Solomon.
Solomon. In the beginning, Lord was with him. And the Lord asked Solomon, what do you want? And Solomon say, knowledge. But with this knowledge, Solomon came. Something top.
With it, yeah.
Solomon came
okay.
something top. Is it pure puff top? I don't know. I can't see that letter.
Yeah,
and when I went, I think it should be went against the prophet. And in this way, so I just click the S. It's not doing anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this prophet, and in this way Solomon lost his connect with the Lord. It went against the prophet. Yeah, because, knowledge is not enough. See, Solomon got wisdom. Actually got more than that. He got wisdom, which is, he became the wisest person in the world. Even the Queen of Sheba came and said, wow, he's so wise. And he would say things like Proverbs and all that stuff. But that that wasn't not enough. And at the end of his life, and then he even went against God. He started to do idol worships and all this stuff and these other things. And he went against prophets, I guess, if he's saying that. But in the end, he said, this wisdom is futile. He said, this knowledge I got is futile because there's only knowledge of the world. He didn't see, the Lord asked him, what do you want? He didn't ask for devotion and bhakti because that reveals everything. It's also like Vasudev. Vasudev, when he and Vasudev and Nanda Maharaj, they both did austerities. And this Devaki and also, okay, they did austerities, and then the Lord appeared to both of them. So Vasudev, the Lord says, what do you want? And they said, well, they were desiring to have a son. They said, we want to have you as our son. And the Lord said, okay. And then, and he did, he appeared as their son. Now he appears to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, and they said, well, what do you guys want? We want prema bhakti. We want devotion to you. And that's the secret of Rukmini you're reading. I just came Revelation now. The secret when she says, your lotus feet are more valuable to me than you yourself. See? And that lotus feet are actually this prema, this devotion to the Lord. And it comes by the pastimes, and the relishing the pastimes. So anyway, if you notice, Krishna appeared as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva in prison, and then immediately left for Vrindavan to go to Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, who prayed for prema bhakti. See, they got the greatest thing, and that's the greatest thing being given now. Is not Krishna himself per se. Well, Krishna's in his name. You want that? Just Krishna, just chant his name, and it's dry. More hard. Yeah, and people doing austerity, they become kind of hard, and all that. But with prema, oh wow, then you can relish the sweetness and the beauty and so many other things. And then the knowledge comes off. See, the knowledge from this prema is perfect. And this leads to, you notice you come here and you're getting knowledge here. There's knowledge here, but where is it going? To devotion to Krishna. See, not just, I'm just spouting off knowledge, in the Vedas. This is what they're doing mainly, in Vaishnavism, spouting out knowledge in the Vedas and everything, but they're not pointing to the goal. See, knowledge is here. Knowledge is fleeting, but devotion to Krishna is forever. Yeah, Chaitanya Mangal. See, knowledge is meant to be given to so that we attain devotion to Krishna. So that's the kind of knowledge here we promote. So it leads quickly. You need some kind of knowledge to find Krishna, right? And that knowledge is given to those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy. And I'm just sharing that kind of knowledge so you can find your way back home. Like, because I already know how to get home. Yeah. Now it's time to help others, right?
Yeah.
That's the greatest. That's why it says those who teach these things are the greatest welfare workers, because you teach people how to find home. Home is a relationship with that transcendental Lord. So that not ignorance is your leader, ignorance is your food. No, the true Lord is our knowledge. The true Lord is our connection. True Lord is our food. The scriptures are our food because we can unlock these things because the Lord unlocks it for us. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. All right, let's see. We got somebody else here. Cole, was that Cole? Read the stuff. Whatever I put up there, you read.
Whatever you put up there, what everybody else puts up.
I'm putting it up.
You're putting all of these.
Can't you see it on the screen?
Yeah, I can see loads and loads and loads.
No. Well, I just put something up there by Cole. You see I don't know how it works.
Yeah, it says, Cole says, everyone should turn on their prema nectar filter within and keep it on. Lord, let me harvest prema from every second of every day. May I see prema.
Yeah, because if you're going to relish Krishna's name, okay, this comes back to where Lord Krishna said, well, say Jesus. Jesus says, be in me and I'll be in you. See? How do you be in Jesus? Well, you got to be in his word. You know, that's what the New Testament is about. Be in his word. See? Be in the words of the devotees praising Jesus Christ. See? And then you will feel him inside you. Okay? So, Christian Prema, yeah, exactly. So that's basically how we have to be in the Lord's word. And so, you know, I forgot my point on this whole thing, but anyway, that's it. Okay, go ahead. Let's see who else here. Okay, we got Cole. Wait a second, I'll read this again. Cole. Oops. Okay.
Leroy Williams. Solomon was a rich party guy with thousands of wives and...
Oh, no, it's Leroy Williams. Okay, he's saying Leroy Williams. That's suggesting.
Yeah.
He's saying Solomon was a rich party guy with thousands of wives and castles, and he eventually found out how pointless and depressing it was and returned to God with beautiful scripture he wrote. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the whole story, right? But if that's what you say, okay, it sounds reasonable. Okay, read some more of the other stuff.
So I'm just going to finish this paragraph, this verse. Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I can't find the verse. We're reading chapter 2, aren't we?
Yeah.
Chapter 2. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. After I met Krishna, my loving propensities sprouted, but upon separating from him, I sustained a great shock, which is now continuing like the suffering of a disease. The only physician for this disease is Krishna himself, but he is not taking care of this sprouting plant.
You see how that how Maya works is same principle. When say your son dies or something like that, say something that's really important to you, say you lose your wealth, you notice it's a great shock. You know, and some people don't recover. Some people kill themselves and all that. They commit suicides or anyway, it's a shock, whatever. Maybe you get over it, maybe you don't. But it's one shock after another. See, from this separation. And that's kind of part of the thing happening now practically is they're separating people from their objects of enjoyment in this world forcibly. Okay?
Yeah,
but you can't go to the pub, you know, you can't be around your friends there in the pub or a restaurant, or you got a social distance from even family sometimes, and people dying in these older folks' homes. So there's a shock, one shock after another. Boom, boom. And that's part of how this Maya is working now. It becomes tyrannical and very relentless. Just one shock after another. How are you going to survive, really? So the Lord's Maya is like that now. Well, if you're willing to learn about the Transcendental Lord, you can go into the transcendental pastimes. And there'll be separation there, but it's beautiful. It's wonderful. There's a shock, and that's when you get stunned, man. This stunned experience. You're stunned. You can't speak anymore, or whatever it is. It's beautiful and wonderful, and it's enlivening. It makes you more intelligent. And it frees you from the cycle of birth and death. You show me some path that does this. It's amazing. There's a lot of people now, they're into these different paths, and they're trying to ignore what's going on, and just come and make money now and learn how to control your life. And what is that going to do now? These guys, they're going to have all their money taken away. Some of these guys, they have so many millions of dollars they made in self-help groups. All that stuff is going to be taken from them. Everything. I was trying to figure out, is there some way to get out of this? I was thinking, is there something I can do on my own strength? And I was looking, I'm trying, how about this? And how about this? And every way I was thwarted. Can't do it. Hey, Lord, man, you have to help, man, because your material Maya is insurmountable without the help of Krishna. He's been playing with people in the Maya before, but now what's going on now. Oh my God, it's a psyop on all different levels, man. There's all kinds of weird things. You think you can get out of it by depending on Trump, and everybody's disappointed now. Oh, he left us. Oh my God, Sometimes no, he's not. He's going to come back and all that, and so everybody's depending on some person in the world to save them. See? So, and they're not doing it. What can I do? They were, we had so much hope in the Great White Hope with the red hair guy, or people go into the other, they'd be, Fauci, we believe in you and Bill Gates and all that. So everybody's hopes will be dashed. We have to learn to depend on the transcendental Lord. See, you got to meet a real devotee who's connected to the transcendental Lord, man. Like Jesus. They got to be like Jesus, man. Yeah, if you have a hard time, huh? What?
No limits.
No, yeah. You got to be connected to the Lord like Jesus. If you're not like that, then nobody can depend on you, really. You're a bullshitter and a liar, or more or less a hypocrite. You got to be empowered by that transcendental Lord, just like Jesus was, just like his real followers were. See? And if you're not, you can't help people. And especially now, before it was you can't help them very well. Now you can't practically help them at all because the Lord's Maya is too strong. The modes of passion and ignorance is so powerful now. It's overwhelming the demigods. It's a war now. So even the demigods, the Lord has to take their side for them to win. You notice it says that in scriptures, when the Lord takes the side of the demigods, then they got the power to win. Otherwise the force of this ignorance is so strong. So anyway, in every way we need the help of Krishna's spiritual potency. See? And the more of that we get, the more help we get. See? So we all need to remember that and just keep looking to the Transcendental Lord for the ability to deal with what's going on here, man. Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty draconian what's coming down. We may have to experience that for a time. You know, I mean, real crackdown on every. You notice the lockdowns are what is lockdown number 5, like 5 number or something in the UK. Yeah, you know, she's not even I know more about that than she does. What lockdown? Oh, what lockdown? I don't know. I'm just thinking about Krishna. It's a 5 lockdown now.
Really?
Notice, I just, you know, just happily chanting Krishna's name. Very good. A lot of people are noticing, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't, don't, no. Now it's don't, no. You don't. We want to protect you. No, stay home. Yeah.
One of my PAs, she's not working anymore. She's getting paid, what is it, 80% of your wages? She said to me yesterday that she needs a letter from my doctor because I am a vulnerable person with all of this. If she can come and look after me and be my PA.
Is that good?
Well, if they say no, then she can't work for me. The other two don't work they don't have another job, so it doesn't matter with them. But with her, she can only do so many hours. But now they've said to her, they found out that I'm a vulnerable patient, and they don't really want her to work. So I have to get a letter from my doctor. This is the first time really it's affected me.
Oh yeah.
So she can work. Yeah. No, I don't think it's gonna happen about that. But anyway.
Yeah. Who is the PA you got? Somebody I know?
Yeah, Linda, she gave you a massage once.
Who? Oh, her. She's your PA now. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does a few hours and she still does my treatments. But they don't like the fact that she's getting really close when she does massage.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Let's see how.
Yeah, my doctor's quite good actually.
Yeah. Well, Krishna will help. You know, the more you connect with Krishna, you just start to see. It makes everything work. He changes the minds of people. You know, and even if they don't, say lovey. You know, whatever. You know.
She really loves this job because she can listen to you as well. She's been listening to you for 4 years, Guru Maharaj.
4 years. Wow.
Yeah, she's been massaging. Yeah.
She likes the
There's something. She's changing. She's coming more out of herself. But yeah, it's good.
That's great. Yeah, I remember. That's good.
I wanted to ask you. Recently, I've had purification, but I've been out of control. Like, it's not me. Like I don't want to say that. I don't want to do that. And so all this stuff has been coming out because I haven't felt low energy afterwards or anything. It just purifies some stuff out of me. And I can notice when it's like Maya or when it's actually Krishna purifying me from in, which is, you know, so I can distinguish what's going on even more as well. And it really works. What you said before you left here is go read. Something happens, go and read. If I feel unwell, go and read. It works. It's amazing because this path is because it does things to you. It changes you completely. Your real self even more and more and more. And you know, no other paths really do this. I mean, I found, you know, like one paragraph in a self-help book that's like, and it's usually from India. Usually from India, so it's kind of helped me. But so it's great. It's like you said earlier, it just helps you, you know, better relationships, not identifying to this body, you know, because there's so many things that go on. And when I read, like yesterday, I was in pain in my ribs, and I did class in the morning, and then I watched your class, and then I did Kirtan as well, and I didn't feel it at all day. And it's not so bad now. It's not so bad now, but it was really nice to just, you know, not identify with any of this stuff and just stay with Krishna as much as I can. It was lovely. And we are like flashing signposts to point the way out, point to you, you know, point to our spiritual master, you know, and then they can go home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a way to, it's like, yeah, you just Krishna, you get free, just like Bhagavad Gita, the threefold miseries are plaguing everybody, and this gives the relief. This is the only real relief. Everything else is band-aids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is, excuse me, giving me so much relief from all the things that happen, be it psychological or in the gross body. It gives you relief. And the thing is, when it's going off, things are going off, I don't feel unhappy. I don't feel unhappy. I might not show that, but I don't feel sad. It's just the path. It's just the path, being walking the path, being cleared out. Yeah. So I didn't feel good the other day, and I was observing myself, and I could feel that I wasn't unhappy while it was happening. I wasn't like overly happy, but I wasn't unhappy. So it's kind of transcending both of them.
Yeah.
Krishna consciousness, happiness.
Yeah.
Accept more. You accept more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accept more things. They don't bother you as much. That you just let them go. You just let it go. Yeah, most of the time, and then some big ones will come. You have to just get through that as well.
Yeah.
I love the fact that this path gives you so much. It gives you so much in your life and takes you away from all your conditionings. All your conditionings. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah,
And
transcend it.
And it keeps going and going and helping you with what Lolita said, just accepting, letting go, because it's just Maya stuff. It's just Maya. And if I get hooked in, if I react, that happens sometimes, but not very often, I just go through it. I've reacted, I've realized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're out the other side.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think my little toe might be still in there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready to move on. I got to do stuff here. Stretch, exercise. It's been good, man. And can't wait to get back after doing some prescribed duties.
It's so cold here, Guru Maharaj. I went out yesterday for a walk and I'm not well today.
Yeah.
It's so cold. It's minus.
Yeah, that's the geoengineering they're doing. I was watching some stuff on it. They're seeding everything. During the lockdown, they can't make it nice for you guys. You got to make it really like.
I don't know. Well, actually, since I've been alive, it's always been like this at winter.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone for coming. It's been awesome.